How do you feel about doing illegal shit, Jacyn? In your current line of work, it would obviously be very low key, but I want your honest opinion. What can you do?
Have never minded doing illegal things.
I know that.
Before I was just never caught. And now, as you know, trying to keep what I do under the radar. That way I can continue doing what I need to do for Cyprus. I mean, I prefer, with the current standings, not walking into like Maze Bank with a gun and robbing the place, but
Right.
other things, more low-key things, I'm totally fine with.
Okay. Jacyn, there's been a opportunity, and fortunately, I've been able to accept that opportunity, and I would love for you to be a part of that. Now, I can't really show you much right now, this second.
Okay.
Just because I like to, keep it low key, location wise. I like to, we're playing this very close to the chest. For as long as we've known each other. Sometimes I do that, Most of the time, I'm very just loud and proud. So whatever I'm doing, you're gonna know about it. This is not one of those cases. So before I tell you what it is, I need you to know that it is separate from Cyprus. And the way I see things is it's always Cyprus first. But with this particular opportunity, this particular job, I hate to say it, but I've come to realize that while it's still Cyprus first, you will most likely need to lie. Or if you don't want to lie, you'll just say, listen, this is something I can't tell you. I have to go somewhere. Fortunately, you probably have to answer less questions than I do. And I'm not one to lie to anyone. I just tell them I have to go somewhere. But you cannot tell anyone, and I mean fucking anybody, what you are doing.
Okay.
Now, at some point, it'll probably get leaked somehow, or more people will find out. And we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I can tell you in full honesty that your position and your position in Cyprus will not be affected by this negatively if one does find out. Does that make sense?
Okay.
This has nothing to do with Cyprus. It is not against Cyprus. It is not for Cyprus. It's not against anyone. It's actually for everyone.
Okay.
Now, I need you to understand that and trust what I'm saying. Because, if people in Cyprus do find out, I don't want you feeling like you have to lie to them and this is actually a horrible thing in general, and you have to keep some secrets that'll negatively affect them. Because it honestly won't. But I want to tell you all that before we continue talking.
So we just need to keep it very hush hush until such a time that everybody finds out anyway. And in that scenario, still not tell them everything, but what they know then at that point, they just happen to know.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, it will not affect your standings with Cyprus. If that was the case, I myself will not be involved.
Okay.
I think it'd be perfect for the role.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
you need somebody that's good with numbers, planning, blah, blah, blah.
I need someone who is on their shit. And you don't need to be on your shit 24/7. I'm not going to ask really any more than maybe like an hour out of your day for something. That's really all it's going to require.
Okay. So let's say I need to be out of the city for 2 or 3 days. Is that going to affect everything?
Sure, but I would have someone else also helping. So, and myself,
Okay.
I'd be doing it as well.
Okay. No,
So,
I'm not planning on being out of the city, and if I am, of course, I will let you know beforehand. But
but
just
no,
making sure.
your absence, uh, it's been running without you already. I just think it could run smoother with you. Does that make sense?
I get you. Mm-hmm.
Well, you are the first person I've told this to, so allow me to collect my thoughts.
Of course. Take all the time you need.
How do we phrase it? How do we phrase it to Jacyn? Because we don't want to say we are the plug, we say we're the middleman. That's what it is. That's what we are. Now, I'm not sure if you've heard, but there's a lot more things circulating in the city as of late. I have been fortunate enough to be contacted and offered the position of a middleman of some sorts. Now, I've been running it just fine.
Okay.
Things have been going well. Those who need contacted and, making orders, I've been fulfilling said orders. But sometimes there's a lot of orders coming in. And I'm going to need you to either fulfill some of those and or keep in good contact. Make sure the orders are essentially fulfilled, actually, now that I think about it. Do you know or have an inkling of what I'm talking about?
I don't know exactly, but there has been a very huge influx of material orders lately, so that does make sense.
To what capacity?
Do you know Michael Razzle? Razel? I'm not sure how you say his last name. Put in
No.
an order for 256,000 materials.
Hmm.
And there's been some others, I don't know names, that have also put in huge orders like that.
Hmm.
And it's been within the last,
Wait, what the fuck?
I don't
That has
know,
nothing to do with
3,
us.
4, 5 days now,
Maybe that's
maybe a week or so.
Michael Razzle. Is that Mike
Mm-hmm.
from the Besties?
No, that is a different Mike. Mate, Make. That's Mike Make.
Hmm.
Mike Razzle is on the cabinet. He's kind of Nino's right-hand man.
Interesting. Well, would like you to keep tabs on that. Not because I have nothing against Nino. I don't know your connection with him. But I think it's always good to keep tabs on all these purchases. But that's actually
Okay.
it feels separate than what I'm talking about.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But, I'm going to keep that in mind. That's good to know. What I'm talking about is currently, one of the middlemen to supply ammunition.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure there's another one somewhere else in the city. That's not really my business. I don't really give a fuck. All I know is I'm one of them. So I'm tasked with making sure that orders are being placed and orders are being fulfilled. That is entirely my job. I don't care what happens above me. That is the extent of my job. I actually don't even want to know what's happening above me. I'd prefer to this line of work can get you in harm's way. And this already takes time away from Cyprus, but as you can imagine, this is good for the city. This is good for all the groups who have all these fucking guns and no fucking ammo for it. So it's time to supply.
Wonderful.
Now that means it's probably gonna be a goddamn bloodbath. But that's not our fucking problem. Our problem is to supply. Business is business. I'm gonna have you get access to a property. You're gonna have the order information, and I'm gonna debrief you on how exactly we go about it. Funny enough, we don't even know yet.
Okay. Easy.
It's gonna be
So I would guess you'll handle it earlier in the day when you're around. And then when I'm around later in the day is when I will take over the operations.
sure. I mean, if that
Okay.
yeah. I mean, that does work. Scheduling
Okay.
wise, we can figure that out. I'm still gonna be able to do, the job itself. It's just gonna be nice to have you there to help. Now, is this something you're interested in?
Of course.
Very good. Jacyn, I don't want anyone else to know about this. Okay? It is me and it is you. I don't want this to become a Cypress thing. I don't want to reach out and have a fuck ton of other Cypress people doing this shit. There's only so many people I can trust with things of this nature. You are absolutely one of them. And I think we can do some really good fucking work together. Maybe we'll make some money on the side and shit, but it's not really about the money. It's about supplying. The prices, the prices that have been, put down to me are very low. Very low. I'll make sure that when we do drops for, let's say, the south or something like that, or the north, maybe you can be present for that. You can be with them when they pick it up. Because like I said, business is business. We don't want anyone to know who's involved. So I can do the drop and you can be there, or you can do the drop and then I will be there. You know what I mean? Trade off, show face. Because like I said, I don't want to lie to anyone in Cyprus, especially my dons, but at the end of the day, this has to get done. And when they do find out, I truly don't believe it's going to be that big of a deal. I think they're going to be annoyed that we kept it from them, but that's the extent of it. And if anything does happen, I will always have your back. You know that. And all the blame will fall on me.
Okay. No, I think this is going to actually be a lot of fun. Before I got into moonshine, I was actually more interested in getting into weapons and that sort of stuff. So this actually is perfect.
It feels like it's similar to what you do with courts, just illegal.
More low key, yeah. Under the radar.
Exactly. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you any, the property today and run you through that. Consider this an entrance interview. And we can go over the goddamn syllabus, and you can shadow me in the first day. Another day. Maybe later today, but most likely tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, I'll be around all day tomorrow.
Okay. Like I said, the main priority is that things are delivered and that clear communication is done with each group in the city. I may get you a phone where you can clearly communicate with each one. Each crew will have a different code name. They were all tasked with getting burner phones, even our own friends in the south and the north. No one knows.
Okay.
We have to keep it that way. But, Jacyn, I trust you, and I think this will be really good.
It will be. We're going to do fantastic.
Very good. Well then, congratulations.
Thank you.
You deserve this position. Until later today, or most likely tomorrow, we'll go ahead and figure this out, okay?